So, Moshood, I think that your comment about, being the deployment of policemen being more than 600 only goes to emphasize the point. I mean, you say that close to about 1,000.
No, when you talk about 600,
how many
you are
more
talking
have been
about,
deployed?
we have 5 police units that were initially deployed along with the Deputy Inspector General of Police, who went there earlier before the presidential directive that the IGP should relocate. And when you take 63 per unit, multiply by 5, you have 615 mobile units. Apart from the mobile unit, you have other detachments of the force that are equally deployed and are present before the IG moving. The IG moving with additional 5 units, which is over 600 equally.
So we are talking about over 1,000 policemen deployed.
Yes, as the IGP is moving.
To ensure security in Benue.
No, not in Benue. That's what I'm trying to get people listening to us to understand that every division, for example, has more than 100 police personnel. And when you look at division of over 30 divisions in Benue, including the police station, you are going to have virtually over 6,000 police personnel already in Benue. And their responsibility equally involved not only the elders-farmer dispute, there are other incidents of crime and criminality that they are preventing in the state. So to say they are 600 is below the figure. That's what I'm
No, my point is that despite the number, despite the huge number, we're still recording deaths.
No,
owing to fresh herdsmen attacks.
That's the investigation by the end of the day will come up with the outcome of the preliminary investigation into the incident of yesterday, because 2 corpses were found, exhibits were recovered, we've cordoned off the area, we have commenced investigation. It will now be able to tell the public whether it is herdsmen. But there's a generalization that if there's any attack, even if 2 brothers have decided to kill each other or 2 neighbors have issues with herdsmen. In Makurdi, few days ago, people, the 2 communities, the Chief community and the Hausa community, started to take laws into their hand. Police promptly moved in and prevent the situation from escalating. And those are the kind of things that you expect where you have such an incident that was recorded earlier. So people will tend to look at it from the religion or tribal or sentiment, which will disabuse the mind of the people that a criminal is a criminal, no matter where the person belongs to.
CSP, the Inspector General of Police has been on record as saying that not only is the police underfunded substantially according to the IG, but that it's overstretched, that there are not enough men on ground to tackle the security challenges around the country. Now, I want to understand how that aligns with your supposition that the Benue state, for example, is secure. Because if there's not enough men, and the police force, as according to the IG, is underfunded, and we see various spates of violence coming up, even in Ekiti state, we had a situation where the herdsman was killed by some settlers there. Why should Nigerians believe that this is actually being tackled properly in Benue state?
Thank you so much. We are tackling it properly across the country. I want to first of all agree with you on one point and disagree with you on the other. The IGP said when he went to the National Assembly on the issue of police development fund that the police is grossly underfunded, and the record is there for everybody to check. But he didn't say we are overstretched. We are not overstretched. We have a total number of over 370,000 police personnel across the country, and policemen serve anywhere in the country. We relocate, we move them. Those mobile units that have been taken to Benue are not, we have a squadron in Benue, which have 63, when you take off a unit, more than 10 units, which goes in 2,000, and they are being deployed for other security needs. And you know that the issue of internal security is very, very tasking in deployment and ensuring that these police personnel are doing their bit and they are properly mobilized and moved around. So, having said that, we are not overstretched. We can muster personnel from across the country to intervene in issue where you have crisis, and that is to let you know that if you are serving in Ekiti State, for example, you are not police of Ekiti State, you are Nigerian police force. If you are serving in Sokoto State, you are not police of Sokoto State. So at any point in time, you can be moved and relocated to...
It is interesting you say you're not overstretched. I mean, when we also hear that the Nigeria police, or Nigeria as an entity, is under-policed, considering the ratio of policemen we're supposed to have to the population of the country. And nevertheless, how do we then explain what has happened? The fact that with the high number of policemen down in Benue State, we're still recording deaths, whether or not owing to herdsmen crisis or whether it is owing to criminality, which is, what this boils down to at the end of the day. How do we explain that? I mean, the fact that nobody has been arrested.
Thank you so much. You know, when we make arrests, we have to be sure of the people arrested. Like I told you, arrests have been made. In the case of disturbance in Makurdi, 90 people were arrested and they have been taken to court. In these instances too, the investigation has commenced, and it happened yesterday. And I know before the end of today we'll have arrests, because we want people to disassociate their mind that this is issue of esme until when investigation has proved the appropriate thing. It is not always good to jump to conclusion at the initial of investigation into a matter. And
would you say the governor is jumping to conclusions? Because
no,
he also said this upon the visit of some people to him.
Yes, with a lot of respect to the executive governor of Benue State, because this is the governor that have been cooperating and supporting the police, and no doubt that the police we've been doing our best for him. Even when the governor was under serious threat to be lynched when he went to pacify the people, he was rescued by the Commissioner of Police of Benue State, and he was taken away in the vehicle of the Commissioner of Police. And you can even see him in police fragmented jackets that day, which people can regard to as bulletproof, wearing it to protect his body when he was going on assessment with the Commissioner of Police in the state. But people utterances on both sides of the divide and from mischievous politicians have worsened situation, which we are trying to clear. We are in position to, when mischievous politicians decide to create some mess around, the responsibility of the police is to clear those mess and ensure that those who are involved are prosecuted. And that is why the force has sent a warning. Your utterances shouldn't be one that can probably incite people to further disturbances. We've been seeing a lot of apology from various leadership in the country, and people coming out to
including the Inspector General of Police.
And when you look at that of the Inspector General of Police, he did apologize for the misunderstanding and for the misconception of his statement, because the chief, or probably the people in Benue, the chief, the Idoma, the Igede, the likes our community. Equally, those who are not, who are settlers, who are regarded as maybe Fulani, outside.
The point is that it's an apology. It's an apology nonetheless.
Yes, the apology for the misconception of that statement. Because even when you look at communal issue, there's no matter how sophisticated the society is, we still live in a community. The channel television today is a community. So when you have issue, not until when you have issue with a neighboring community before you have a communal issue at your hand. But that, as it may, is not to water down the essence of damage, because anywhere there's loss of life, it must be investigated. So people should allow us to do our job. There's a lot of over-politicization and I'm sorry to use that, over people trying to whip in sentiment, which is not necessary. They should allow the police to do our work.